Hello, and welcome to A Calmer Life After 50. This is a channel about money, work, health, and everyday life after 50, with less pressure and more peace of mind. Recently, I looked through a monthly statement and noticed a small automatic payment. It was not a large amount. It was not enough to make me worry. In fact, that may be why I had stopped seeing it. The payment left my account every month, quietly and automatically. But when I stopped and thought about it, I realized that I was barely using the service anymore. The expense was still active. Its purpose was not. That small discovery reminded me of something. I have learned from working with numbers for many years. An expense is not good or bad simply because it is large or small. The more useful question is, what is this expense doing for us now? Today, I want to talk about spending less without making life feel smaller. Because when we hear the words cut expenses, we often imagine giving things up. No more meals out. No more hobbies. No more small pleasures. Buy the cheapest version. Stay home. Be more disciplined. And for a while, that may reduce spending, but it can also make everyday life feel narrow. When every purchase begins to feel like a mistake, saving money becomes emotionally exhausting. Eventually, we may stop the plan altogether, or we may save money while quietly becoming less satisfied with our lives. I do not think that is the only way. Spending less does not have to mean enjoying less. It can mean becoming clearer about what deserves a place in your life. What cost control really means. In accounting, cost control does not simply mean cutting every expense. A company may be spending too much, but reducing every cost by the same percentage can create new problems. Training may be reduced. Maintenance may be postponed. Good employees may become overworked. Useful services may disappear. The numbers may look better for a short time, while the organization becomes weaker underneath. Good cost control asks a different question. Which costs support the work? Which costs create real value? And which costs continue, even though their purpose has faded? I believe the same idea can help us at home. The goal is not to cut everything. The goal is to protect what supports your life and remove what no longer serves it. That is a much calmer way to look at spending. 3 kinds of spending. It can help to divide expenses into 3 broad groups. The first group is spending that supports your life. Housing, food, healthcare, transportation, insurance that you genuinely need, tools that make daily life safer or easier. These expenses may not be exciting, but they form the foundation of everyday life. Reducing them without care can create stress somewhere else. Cheaper food is not always helpful if it leaves you feeling unwell. Delaying necessary maintenance may lead to a larger repair later. Avoiding a health checkup may save money this month, but it may not protect you in the long term. The second group is spending that brings real value. A hobby you continue to enjoy. A meal with someone important to you. Books that help you learn. A bicycle you actually ride. A trip that gives you a sense of space and renewal. These expenses are sometimes called unnecessary, because we could technically live without them. But living is not only about meeting technical needs. Some spending supports curiosity, connection, health, and joy. It reminds us that money is also meant to serve life. The third group is spending that continues without a clear purpose. A subscription we no longer use. Something we buy automatically because it has become a habit. An upgrade we did not really need. Items purchased to impress people whose opinions do not improve our lives. A service we keep because canceling it feels inconvenient. This third group is where I would look first, not because every expense in it is large, but because these expenses take money without giving much back. Small expenses are not the enemy. There is a popular idea that small pleasures are the reason people cannot save. Coffee is often used as the example. We are told that if we stopped buying coffee, lunch, books, or other small things, the money would eventually become a large amount. Mathematically, that may be true. Repeated expenses do add up. But accounting has taught me that a number needs context. The fact that an expense repeats does not automatically make it wasteful. If a cup of coffee gives you a quiet half hour, helps you meet a friend, or makes a difficult day more manageable, it has a purpose. If you buy it without noticing, do not really enjoy it, and throw half of it away, that is a different situation. The object is the same. The price may be the same, but the value is different. So the question is not simply, can I cut this? The question is, would I miss what this expense gives me? That question protects us from cutting the wrong things. Look for expenses that have lost their purpose. Some expenses once made sense. That is why we started paying for them. Perhaps a subscription was useful during a busy period. Perhaps a larger car was necessary when children lived at home. Perhaps a membership supported an activity you once enjoyed. Perhaps a certain shopping habit made life easier when your schedule was different. There is no need to criticize the decision you made then. The expense may have been right for that version of your life. But life changes. Our work changes. Our families change. Our interests change. Our energy changes. Our priorities change. The problem is not that we once chose the expense. The problem is that automatic payments can continue long after our lives have moved on. This is why a calm financial review is not a search for past mistakes. It is a way of asking whether your spending still matches your life today. Start with what repeats. If you want to spend less without feeling deprived, begin with repeated expenses. Not because every repeated expense should be canceled, but because a small decision made once can keep affecting your money every month. Look at subscriptions, insurance, phone and internet plans, memberships, storage, delivery services, banking fees, the costs of keeping a car, a second car, or belongings you rarely use. These expenses are quiet. We do not actively choose them each month. That makes them easy to forget. But it also means that changing one of them can reduce spending without requiring daily willpower. You make one thoughtful decision, then the benefit continues. That is very different from asking yourself to resist a small pleasure every day. Protect the spending that makes life work. When people become worried about money, they sometimes cut the expenses that are easiest to see. They stop meeting friends. They give up a hobby. They buy lower quality food. They postpone replacing something that makes daily life difficult. Meanwhile, larger automatic expenses continue in the background. This can create the feeling of sacrifice without creating much financial progress. That is why it helps to name the spending you want to protect. Perhaps you want to keep good food in your life. Perhaps you want money for books, gardening, cycling, music, or travel. Perhaps you want to visit family. Perhaps you want to pay for something that saves time or protects your health. These choices do not make you irresponsible. They make your financial plan personal. A budget should not only tell you what to stop doing, it should also show you what you have chosen to keep. Spending with purpose. The phrase spend with purpose can sound serious, but it does not mean every purchase needs to be productive or important. Pleasure can be a purpose. Rest can be a purpose. Beauty can be a purpose. Convenience can be a purpose. The point is not to justify every dollar to someone else. It is to understand whether the spending still feels connected to your life. When it does, you may spend without guilt. When it does not, you may let it go without feeling deprived. That is the difference. Deprivation says, I want this, but I am not allowed to have it. Clarity says, this no longer matters enough to keep paying for it. The result may look the same in the bank account, but it feels very different in daily life. One small review. Today, you do not need to create a strict new budget. You do not need to cancel everything. Take one monthly statement and look for one repeating expense. Then ask 3 questions. What purpose did this expense originally have? Does it still serve that purpose? If I stopped paying for it, would my life become worse or simply less cluttered? You may decide to cancel it. You may reduce it. You may keep it. Keeping an expense after thinking about it is also a valid decision. The value is in making the choice consciously again. A calmer kind of saving. Spending less after 50 does not need to be a contest in self-denial. It does not need to make every day feel restricted. The goal is not to prove how little you can live with. The goal is to make sure your money is supporting the life you actually want now. Good cost control is not about cutting everything. It is about protecting what matters and removing what no longer serves a purpose. Cut costs where the value has disappeared. Keep the spending that supports your health, your relationships, your curiosity, and your peace of mind. You are not making life smaller. You are making more room for what still matters. No rush, no pressure, just the next calmer step